Despite the predictions post-season, Manchester United have hung on to Erik Ten Hag. After a poor season where he finished 8th and finished strongly with an FA Cup, there was a lot of predictions by the press in the UK and a lot of pundits and ex-players that it would be difficult for Erik Ten Hag to hang on to his job. But Ineos, surprisingly, after interviewing a whole host of managers, decided they're going to hang on to him. So now that you've hung on to him, you've actually got to back him. Because it's useless hanging on to a manager and then you're not going to back him. So there's 4 things that you need to do to make certain that you actually back in Erik Ten Hag. One, you need to give him a new contract. Because if you don't give him a new contract, what's going to happen is that a lot of people are just going to speculate, and the speculation is not going to end. That you're actually waiting for the Euros to end and for Gareth Southgate to become available. So you need to give Erik Ten Hag a new contract to show that you are going to back him and that you're going to back him for the season. Now, I don't believe that Erik Ten Hag should stay at Manchester United. I know there's a whole lot of fans that think he should stay. In fact, it's a majority of fans, and you do have your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I'm basing my insights on the entire season, not just on the FA Cup final. A lot of the fans are basing their insights or basing their opinions just on the FA Cup final, which is just one game. But irrespective of whether you Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out, Ineos has to back Ten Hag. So as I said, you need to go and give the man a new contract. Because if you don't give him a new contract, what you're actually saying is that you're waiting for Gareth Southgate after the Euros to make him your manager. Because apparently, Ineos do not want to work with managers that have an opinion. They want to work with yes men. That's the reason why Poch didn't make the cut. That's the reason why Tuchel didn't make the cut. And the only reason, in my opinion, why you would keep Ten Hag in the job is because he's a current incumbent in the job. He's a current man that has the job. So if you don't back him, what you're actually saying is that you're waiting for Gareth Southgate. So that's number 1. Number 2, you need to get him the players he needs. Maybe not the players he wants, because from a transfer perspective, it's not going to be up to him. But you need to get him the players he needs. He needs a centre-back, he needs a holding midfielder, CDM, and he needs a striker to help Rasmus Højlund up front. You need to get him all 3 of those. And you need to make certain that the deadweight that have gotten 3 managers fired, I think it's 3. If we go back to Van Gaal, Jose, Ollie, Rangnick, 4 managers. You need to get that deadwood out of the club. You need to be able to you need to assist Ten Hag in making sure that the players that got the managers fired are no longer at the club. And lastly, most importantly, you need to sort out your medical department. Because 60 injuries in a season is ridiculous. And yes, again, a lot of the fans are going to point to the injuries. They conveniently forget that everybody else has had injuries, but let's not go to everybody else. Let's go to the positivity around the fact that you've kept Erik Ten Hag, so now you need to back him. So you need to back him by sorting out your medical department. Now, whether sorting out your medical department is changing that entire department, or looking at the processes and the reasons why there are so many injuries within the team and you can't get the players fit to play. So there you have it. Okay, if you do not back him, all you're going to do is you've given fodder, you've given ammunition to the pundits and the newspapers and the TV stations within the UK to have a pop at Erik Ten Hag at every moment that something does not go right. And believe me, he's not going to have a season that is smooth sailing at Manchester United. The league is just too strong. So you need to back him. You need to make sure that you take away the noise. If you don't take away the noise, you've just thrown him to the dogs and you've left him exposed. So there you go. Contract, players in, players out, the medical situation, and you need to make certain that you do not put him into a situation where that every little slip up, is going to be manifested 10 times over. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This is a very short video. This is Insight with Zaid.